Holy cow, this thing is a monster. Mach 3 RC, we have the most insane Cobra 500 series GPS helicopter from Stirlingkit. Now, this would not be possible if it wasn't for you guys watching my content. Stirlingkit sent this out for review, and it is a $2,500 helicopter. I know this isn't for everybody. It honestly probably wouldn't be for me if I wasn't making content because I couldn't afford to get something like this. So I'm extremely honored and grateful to have the chance to review a piece of RC machinery like this. It's just absolutely crazy. It's flying on 6S. It does come completely 100% ready to fly, meaning if you've never flown RC anything, you could get this and in theory fly it, because it has the GPS stabilization, so that way it flies nice and stable. It comes with a charger, a 6S battery, a 10-channel transmitter, the tools to assemble it. Literally everything you need to get this in the air, it comes with. So let's get her hooked up and talk a little bit more about her. All right, so if you can see back there, we have a little bit of combat going on at the field today. So I'm gonna get this Cobra up and go take them all out. Just kidding. But let's check out the battery. Look at this thing. Holy crap, it's a 6S battery. This comes with the plane, got it all charged up. Looks like it has a little XT60 connector on here. Now this was really easy to assemble, but it did come in 2 separate boxes because it's too big to just ship like this, but it was a little intimidating. However, it went together so well, I didn't even use instructions to put it together. So hopefully we have a good flight, you know what I'm saying? So we have this super detailed cockpit in here that looks really good. And then we got where the money comes from. Inside here is our carbon fiber frame with full Metal Gear servos and all the good stuff. Oh, and a little spider. That holds our motor on there. That's held in with 2 screws. You slide this in, put the 2 screws in, and then your frame is attached in there. Now this does have a direct drive tail rotor. Some people might be a little bit upset at that. We'll see how it handles today. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this battery in, got Velcro to hold her down, and then we're gonna experience this for the first time together, guys. This is very expensive, but what you have to remember is not only all the money that goes into all the goodies on the inside, but this is coming with a transmitter like this. A 6S battery isn't cheap. So once you start getting into all that stuff and more unique sized helicopters like this, you're gonna see the price increase. I have some 400, 450 series helicopters, and those are going for $1,000, $1,200, $1,400 too. So it gets bigger, it is unique. And I'm not necessarily justifying the price. We gotta see if it flies good, but I do see how it adds up. You'll see some helicopters listed and you're not getting a transmitter or battery pack or everything you needed to fly, and it adds up quick. However, Stirlingkit does offer everything that I've reviewed from 40 bucks to 100 bucks to 600 bucks and 1,000 bucks to 2,500. So if this helicopter isn't for you, you can shop the link down below. Go take a look at a bunch of different helicopters, even cruise my channel and look at everything. I review everything from super cheap to even super expensive in this case. There are RC airplanes or helicopters for everybody. You just gotta do a little bit of looking, but let's quit yapping. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna power it up by holding both of these. Oops, make sure all of your switches are in the upright position. Then it'll power up. There we go. Cool, there's some fail safes with this too. Next up, now that we have our transmitter on first, we will plug in our battery. And then I do like how this canopy goes on. It's just held on with magnets and a clip. Boom, that's on. Let it do this. And then we have the light on top here, and that's gonna indicate once our GPS reaches enough signals. This automatically finds GPS signals. You don't gotta rotate it, you don't gotta hold it upside down. This is automatically gonna find it. It just takes a couple minutes. So we're gonna let this find all of its GPS signals, and we'll be right back. So our yellow flashing light changed from yellow to green, meaning we have our GPS signal. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the throttle and hold it down and to the left for 5 seconds. It'll actually beep, you probably can't hear it out there. And then the light will change on there to solid green, and we just flip to run. And guys, this thing sounds insane. I'm gonna get a little bit closer just so you can hear it, because it sounds like a real Cobra. Absolutely insane. All right, then all we have to do, we're in GPS mode, so we just push up on the stick. to take her off. This is the first time we're taking it up, so I'm a little bit nervous, but we'll see how she goes. We're up. And we're gonna pause right there. I'm gonna use rudder, spin, spin. That looks good. Bank left, bank right. Holy cow, this thing is a monster. Holy. Ooh, wow, she got some speed and some good angle to it. Even being a GPS, sometimes they're kind of limited. So guys, although this is an insane size 6S powered helicopter, truly anyone can fly this. They make it so simple, and that's where some of the price comes in. So I'm gonna let off the sticks. It's gonna stop. Look at this thing. This is insane, completely hands off. That's where a lot of the price comes from in something like this. These GPS helicopters are just gnarly. Even spinning around with the tail blade, it's just locked in. It's crazy. It's flying super stable, and one thing I really like about these GPS helicopters too is that even in wind and a little bit inclement weather like that, they just hold position because it's using GPS to lock in where it's at instead of like an optical flow sensor. Look at her, she's moving at a good clip. And just let off the sticks. Now this does also have a low voltage feature where if we hit low voltage, it should automatically return to home and fly to that. And then also we have a switch that we can flick and return to home. So we'll probably have to try that out. Sorry if I'm flying in the sun. It sounds so cool and looks so cool. It's flying phenomenal, just as I expected it to. See if we can get a little lower and do a little lower pass. But it's flying so dang smooth, guys, and it's so easy. Now, there are 3 different modes. We have an attitude mode on this, which doesn't have the GPS stabilization, so it's a little more of like an intermediate feature. And then we have a 6G mode. And with the 6G mode, it's full manual. We're not at that point yet with helicopters that we're gonna be flying in 6G. So we'll wait for that, but in this GPS mode, I'll let off the sticks now, and it just comes to a stop, and we're just locked in. It's couldn't be easier to fly. One of my favorite things to do with these is get them nice and low, and then just fly like right over the tips of the grass, maybe chopping up some of that grass out there. But it's buttery smooth. This thing flies so dang good. I love chopping the weeds. But it's a helicopter, not a lawnmower, so get her up a little bit. And it's a beast. Now, I will say I'm gonna be a little nitpicky because it was $2,500. The water slide decals that come with this sucked. They're absolute trash. I tried putting them on, and I let them dry overnight even, and then the applicator tape that's on it, just no good. They started peeling, so it kind of is cool because it looks a little bit weathered, but if you're getting a helicopter this expensive, I want everything to be perfect, and those were not. So if that's the worst thing about it, so be it. I can pick up a pack of water slide decals for this, which I'll probably do, because I do like the look of them on the gray, but I wasn't too thrilled with that. But again, assembly, incredibly easy. Everything else was incredibly easy. So let's fly it. I'm gonna fly it here, and I'm gonna try the return to home switch once, and let's see how it works. It should fly up a little higher and then start returning to home. So I'm flicking that return to home now. And it's ascending into the sun, perfect. That was great placement. And now let's see how close it was to where we took off. Again, guys, this is complete hands off, not doing nothing. We're just letting her do its thing. Landing nice and slow. All hands off. Touchdown, and then, yep, just flip to stop, and she's winding down. Sounds incredible winding down too. That sounds super cool. So that's the Flish RC 500 series Cobra helicopter from Stirlingkit. If you guys are interested, I have a link down below that you can pick it up from. But I think there's a ton of potential with this helicopter. The canopy is big enough and clear enough that FPV could be awesome in it. You can do more scale stuff. Even if you wanted to throw a GoPro or something in the canopy, you totally could do that and get some really wild shots. It flies amazing. I have no complaints. Anyone can pick this up and fly it. It's super easy. Again, super grateful for the opportunity to review an absolute monster of a helicopter like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next flight.